What's good, YouTube? It's your boy. Hey, I'm back again. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Before I get started, y'all already know what to do. Stop playing and smash that like, that subscribe button. Let's jump into it.
Come back now. You've been gone for a while. At least do it for a child. And maybe we can even renew all vows.
Spitting the real to gift.
You could be my Bonnie, and I could be your Clyde.
Yeah, hip hop. Album King coming soon.
See this going on often, man. I talk with a lot of people. I go over a lot of people's houses, man. I've been a personal trainer. I didn't train a lot of people, so I didn't listen to a lot of people. And when I listen to people, man, I'm able to hear different problems that they're dealing with that might have been plagued throughout their family. I just want to stop by and talk about that, man. Identify and break generational curses. Some people, man, we're just going on with everyday life, and it takes somebody to point these things out to us, because a lot of times we're just not taught that these things are generational curses, and a lot of times they are. Most times they are. And every family has a generation full of curses, no matter how you look at it. I'm gonna ask you this question: have you ever seen a family that everybody in the family, all the men in the family, including women, or men or whatever, but it seemed like everybody was alcoholics? Have you ever seen that in any family? And every family has generational curses. I don't care how you want to put it. I don't care how your family has generation curses. It just takes somebody that's spiritual and somebody that has wisdom to identify and break them. But have you ever seen that family where everybody in the family is hooked on drugs? It seems like everybody is on drugs. Drugs is going down through the family, and it's destroying the entire family. And nobody sees it because you can't see yourself, and you don't know that it's actually a curse. Have you ever seen that family that all the men in the family be in and out of prison? I know you've seen that. I'm talking about it seems like they can't stay out of prison and save their life. All the men in and out of prison, man, they can't stay out of prison. That's generational curses. Those are generational curses. Everybody drunks in the family, generational curses. Everybody poor, no money flowing through the family, generational curses. I know you've seen it. Everybody is obese, obesity running through the family. Everybody is just obese, and nobody is trying to break it. Nobody is exercising. Nobody is eating healthy to break that generational cycle. Same thing with having kids, making kids out of wedlock by multiple men, by multiple women, in and out of the courts. All the men, all the women. These are generational curses. Sickness, diseases, generational curses. Everybody got, 5 or 6 people that died of cancer, diabetes running throughout the family, gluttony, these are curses. And there's so many more, man. Homosexuality, lesbianism, all of this stuff. When you see several different, people dealing with these things in a family, these are generational curses. Just point them out to you. That way, you would be able to identify them, and you would be able to break them. Now, I know you'll probably ask, how do you break them? First, you got to identify them. If you can't even identify them, which the average person can't, because the average person think this the norm. And I'm gonna tell you why you think this the norm. Because if you think about it, the average black person was told that this was normal. Think about it. How many times you went to the doctor, and how many times the doctor told you, well, you got diabetes, and diabetes run through your family, right? Right there alone you are thinking is normal. So you're going to think that your diabetes is normal because you're going to think that your dad had it, your mom had it, and it ran through the family. So therefore, you're not going to do nothing to heal it because you're not going to even think it can be healed because you think it's normal. That's the plan. Because never once do nobody ask, how was it placed there? It ran through my generation. Okay, it ran through my dad, it ran through my grandma, it ran through his dad, his mom, or whatever. How did it get there? And if you never ask that question, then how can you ever break it? How can you ever know that it's a curse? Number one, you do the necessary things to break it. You're not, because you're going to think it's natural. And whenever you think something is natural or normal, you think that God allowed it, or you think that God gave it. So how can you get healing when you thinking it's coming from the healer? It's wisdom, and a lot of people don't possess this stuff now. Ain't nobody, I studied and showed myself approved, not only in the Bible, but relationship, coming out of religion, show you these things. Religious people never receive it. They would never see this. And not only would they never see it, they can't teach it, and they would go along with the curse instead of breaking it. So being able to spot these things, no money is flowing through the family. Nobody doing anything to make money flow. Everybody's working for somebody. Poverty, just no money. Nobody has any money, and nobody is trying to get it. That's a curse. It's a poverty spirit that runs through that family, and it don't just get there. Let me show y'all that it don't just get there. These things are purposely placed in our generation, and like I said, we never ask how did it get there. We never going to ask how did cancer get in our family, because we're going to think it's normal because we was told it was normal by their doctors. In slavery, we had to go see, so the same people that was hanging us, same people was hanging us from trees, we was going to see to save our lives. Here to this day, it hadn't stopped, it hadn't changed. And nobody would ask these questions because you was told to not ask the question, because you was told it was normal. So when you told that it's normal, and you told that it run through your family, the only somebody you will blame for this is who? God himself. Yeah, you will only blame God himself because he allowed this, right? He gave me this. He gave this. He put this in our family. And let me say this. God can by no way, shape, or form or fashion give you or allow you to get a disease, because he has no impurities in himself. So he cannot give you anything of uncleanliness. A disease is considered uncleanliness. All of these things I just named is considered uncleanliness. Gluttony, obesity, slothfulness, poverty. All of these things do not belong to him. It does not. So when these people teaches us and tell us that these things run in our family, we think it's normal, and we blame nobody but God for it. So if we blaming the one that can change it, can he change it when we blaming him? That's the game. So it's very crucial to be able to pinpoint these things and be able to break them. How do you break them? You break them by, you got to stop receiving them. And what I mean by stop receiving them, you got to stop letting people tell you that this stuff is normal. Because when you accept these things, you're accepting it as it's given. This is negativity. This is negative energy. So if somebody tell me that I got diabetes and it runs in my family and I accept it, then I'm accepting the energy and I'm accepting their sickness or whatever that they might be giving me, that they might have placed in my family, or say that they didn't place it in my family. Say that I got it from things that I'm doing that's wrong. But I'm not going to adjust the things that I'm doing that's wrong. Because why? Because the people that before me had it, and I'm going to think it's normal. That's the game. Because thinking these things normal, what do I have to do? I have to go and see their doctors. That's more money in their pocket. We keeping the money going in the doctors and the hospitals are going to stay packed with this way of thinking. The grades are going to stay packed early with these way of thinking. So you got to break them by stop believing it. You got to break it by stop believing it. You got to break them by, like I said, first identifying them, then stop receiving them, and then you got to do the necessary things in your life that's going to change the situation. You just can't say, I don't receive them telling me I got diabetes or this type of sickness or what. So, but I'm still going to keep on eating the same food. It don't work like that. We have to break these things by first educating yourself, and where you will be able to see that these things runs in every family. In my family, we have obesity, we have high rates of high blood pressure, everything in those families. So when I spotted this, and what I decided to do something different. I don't accept that. I don't receive it. But not only do I not receive it or accept it, I do something different to fix it and to change it. So those things, man, identifying it first, changing your ways, changing your life. Stop blaming God for something that was given to you by the enemy, knowing that you will blame God if he told you that it's hereditary. They're not going to tell you they placed it there. They're going to tell you it's hereditary, and you're going to go on and you're going to tell your kids that it was hereditary, and they're going to tell their kids that it was hereditary. Now the curse keep flowing. In poverty, even in homosexuality, lesbian, all these things occur, man. We have to change our way of thinking to be able to break the cycle. Y'all hit that like, that subscribe button, man. Thank y'all for watching, and your boy is out.